Yeah, thanks for meeting me. I'm so ready to build the next big thing. I need a great idea. I was hoping you could help me think one up.
Leo, that's the first mistake. The way to get startup ideas is not to try to think of startup ideas.
It's not? Then how did companies like Google or Facebook get started?
By looking for problems, preferably problems they had themselves. The very best ideas have three things in common. There's something the founders themselves want, that they themselves can build, and that few others realize are worth doing.
Okay, Chloe, hear me out. Pet Connect. It's a social network for pet owners. Millions of people have pets. They spend tons of money on them. They love a place to connect, right?
Hmm. A social network for pets. Yeah, maybe I could see myself using something like that, I guess.
See, it's plausible.
Plausible, sure. But would I sign up right now, this second? Probably not. I've got Instagram for my dog photos. But I could see other people wanting it.
That reaction from Chloe is a huge red flag, Leo. That's what we call a sitcom idea. It sounds plausible, but when you sum up all the people who could see other people wanting it, you get 0 users. I made this exact mistake myself. In 1995, I started a company to put art galleries online. I spent 6 months building it, but galleries didn't want to be online. It's not how their business works. I invented a model of the world that wasn't real because I didn't pay attention to users. I was attached to my idea. They had to want it. They didn't. By far, the most common mistake startups make is to solve problems no one actually has.
When you launch, you need some users who want what you're making urgently, not just maybe one day. This means you have a choice. Imagine a graph of your potential market. A sitcom idea like your Pet Connect is broad but shallow. Lots of people are mildly interested. It's like a puddle. But nearly all good startup ideas are narrow and deep. This is a well.
A well? Like, for whom?
When Microsoft made Altair Basic, there were only a few thousand Altair owners, but they needed it desperately. That was a well. When Facebook started, it was only for a few thousand Harvard students, but they wanted it a lot. Another well. You need to dig a well, not a puddle.
Okay, a well. But how do you know if that well can expand? That a niche idea for Harvard students can become Facebook.
Often, you can't predict it perfectly. The founders of Airbnb just wanted to rent air mattresses during a convention. The idea's potential forced itself on them over time. The key is not to have a crystal ball, but to have the right hunches. And you get the right hunches by becoming the right sort of person.
What does that mean, the right sort of person?
It means you're at the leading edge of a field that's changing fast. The writer Robert Pirsig said, "You want to know how to paint a perfect painting? It's easy. Make yourself perfect and then just paint naturally." Empirically, the way to have good startup ideas is to become the sort of person who has them. Or, to put it another way, live in the future, then build what's missing.
Live in the future, build what's missing. What does that even... I can't believe I forgot my USB stick at the library again. All my project files are on it. Now I have to walk all the way back. Why is it so hard to just have my files everywhere? Why is my inbox overflowing with draft versions of my essay that I email to myself? It's so chafing. All these little things that just don't work right. It's so annoying. Wait. Annoying. Chafing. Anya said to pay attention to things that chafe you. Maybe I'm not supposed to be thinking up ideas at all. Maybe I'm supposed to be noticing.
So I keep getting annoyed by this file problem. It feels missing, but it also feels small. Is this really an idea? How could solving my USB stick problem be a big company?
You just hit a filter. You need to turn it off. For now, turn off the "could this be a big company" filter. It blocks good ideas and makes you focus on bad ones. There are two other filters you need to switch off: the unsexy filter and the schlep filter.
The schlep filter?
A schlep is a tedious, messy task. Most founders want to avoid them. They want to just write code and have money appear. But that fear of schleps is dangerous. It creates what I call schlep blindness. Think about Stripe. Thousands of programmers knew how painful online payments were, but they unconsciously shrank from the idea because dealing with banks and regulations is a huge schlep. Stripe embraced the schlep, and as a result, users were desperately waiting for them.
This is a lot to absorb. I'm thinking of taking that Intro to Entrepreneurship class next semester to get a better handle on it all.
Don't. It's a waste of your most valuable resource, time. You learn entrepreneurship by doing it. College is your chance to ratchet yourself into the future. Instead of an entrepreneurship class, take a class on genetics or economics, or get a summer job in a field you know nothing about.
Why?
Because the clash of domains is incredibly fruitful. When you, a computer science expert, walk into a new field, you'll see problems the inhabitants have stopped seeing, problems that software can solve. Or just use your free time to build things. It's no coincidence that Microsoft and Facebook both started in January. That was reading period at Harvard. No classes, just time to build.
Okay, forget classes, forget big ideas. I'm just going to build something interesting, something for me. This weekend, I'm going to build a simple script. It'll just watch a folder on my desktop, and anytime a file changes, it syncs it to a folder on my laptop over the network. It's just a little toy, really, a side project. And it works! It actually works! Hey, Chloe, check this out. I don't need a USB stick anymore. Wait. You want it too? And you? Wow. It's just a toy, but they all love it. Maybe toys are more important than they seem.
Anya, it's happening. My little file syncing toy is something my friends desperately want, but I just searched online. There are other companies doing this. I'm too late. Worrying you're late is often a sign of a good idea. It's exceptionally rare for a startup to be killed by competitors. The question isn't, are there competitors? It's, do you have a beachhead? Is there a subset of users who urgently need what you're making for a reason the incumbents are overlooking?
Well, the existing ones are clunky and built for big businesses. Mine is simple. It just works, and it's perfect for students like me.
That's your beachhead. A crowded market is a good sign. It means there's demand and the existing solutions aren't good enough. You just need a thesis about what they're all missing.
Now, what you've just experienced is the organic method. It's the best way. But sometimes you need an idea now. If your file sync idea fails and you need another, there are recipes you can use. Think of this as Plan B.
What kind of recipes?
You can look for things you needed in a previous job. You can look for dying industries like journalism and imagine what will replace them on some axis. You can look for big technological waves like the falling price of gene sequencing and ask what new things will soon be possible. But remember, this is a more disciplined, less natural process. But trying to force an idea with recipes will always be Plan B. The real path is subtle. It's indirect. It's not about sitting down to think of ideas. That just leads to plausible bad ones. It's about preparing your mind. It's about working on hard problems, staying curious, and paying attention to the gaps and anomalies you encounter. Don't feel you have to build a startup. Build things that could be dismissed as toys. Build things you and your friends love. Live in the future. And build what seems interesting. Strange as it sounds, Leo, that is the real recipe.